Did you know that the richest man in stories John Rockefeller was able to earn? My first $50 working whole 3 months in a row. Salary, John also managed. Donate 5% to the church then. A successful page of his life began in which the average earnings of a Rockefeller were the same $50 only. In a minute, of course, at John's. Rockefeller, like many billionaires of that time, had its secret, but its essence was unusual because it used his John only at night, and it is thanks to such money tricks he lived a long and rich life. And now imagine that you would also have a chance to earn billions of dollars just by doing what did John Rockefeller every night. You would. Have you used it? If so, I recommend it. Watch the video to the end and carefully heed the advice of the cunning clerk, because they will make you rich. Welcome to the channel labels Millionaire. Want to know all the money secrets then? Just subscribe. John Davison Rockefeller first won glory in 1907 when it officially became the first billionaire in history. Humanity, but not officially the main philanthropy, is credited to him. John even founded a personal foundation that generously donated large sums to education, medical research, and Rockefeller became the founder of the Chicago University, although there is a dark side his life because entrepreneurial activity. Billionaire in the US and Europe introduced antitrust laws because Rockefeller controlled 90%. Oil industry should be noted. That company dominance. The entrepreneur was reflected in the increase quality of oil and decrease in its cost, and buyers liked it. However, measures which he did to strengthen monopoly was an unwanted company, threatened by a competitor and mystery bought bankrupt companies at low prices, along with adjacent railways. Because of this story, many consider it a success. John Rockefeller undeserved and dishonest, but soon after this situation, the richest man in history. Book How I Became a Billionaire, where I decided reveal the factors that influenced wealth, but in fact between the lines. John Rockefeller revealed to the world his main money secret you need to know. Every future millionaire gets 9.5% per annum on a cumulative alpha account. The highest rate in Russia's Alpha Bank. Best mobile bank lack. Self-interest is the surest way to succeed. John Rockefeller writes that choosing a case life needs to be based on the question of where am I can make the most of society. In the book he notes that those who showed the highest concern for society have the right to expect the highest victory and success in life. Enterprise lawsuit. In their work seeking the best number of people will be profitable. Useless companies cannot bring any income. Failure. This is what John writes in his book. Like me, became a billionaire if he had asked what he could advise the young man who only chooses his life. Studio. If your plans include reach high heights, whether you work for yourself or become an employee of someone, go into business with an idea. Make as much money as possible before choosing your vocation. The question is, in what area can I bring maximum benefit to society? Listen to your first thought about what to visit. You in response to it. Remember this. Courageous walk on the chosen path. Every step will bring you closer to the present. Cunning tongues win business success. Partners, friends of Rockefeller often compared him to himself because he was very cunning and had a loose tongue, but John himself always said that it is important not have the right qualities. Take advantage of the essence of it. Initial business strategy was that when meeting partners, he spoke only about his companies and did not immediately try to sell their services. This approach had the opposite effect. Partners expressed their desire to him work. I realized very quickly that the appropriate way to tie business relationship. Announce the opening our new company, but not to mention that we want to receive orders. I just telling the wholesale pensioners that as a representative of Clark and Rockefeller talked about the foundation company and did not show any desire here. Same formalize the business relationship. I noted that then someday we will be glad render their services and so on. However, to our astonishment, as if by magic, we started one so we can do orders in such quantity that we can hardly manage to fulfill them, writes Rockefeller. The main ingredient in the recipe for achievement Success if you want to build a business. It is always worth observing decency in. Relationships with partners are not worth it. Seek immediate gain. John Rockefeller writes that entrepreneurs make excuses. There were no other options. However, if for themselves to accept the rule of fair trade and adhere to this principle, much easier and simpler to build the business is responsible, thoughtful, and accurate performance of their duties. Doing business according to the rules. Fair trade's lasting success. Impossible if the entrepreneur is not adheres to honest actions only. They can inspire confidence in the merchant. It is this trust that is capital, which is always and everywhere in value, and the accumulation of which is worth. Apply all forces not from direct, carefully trodden paths of trust and decency. Don't try to swerve on roundabout footpath temporary. Soaring profits. Remember that you can't always be a winner. Everyone, writes Rockefeller, gets 9.5% per annum on accumulative. The Alpha account is the highest bid in. Russia's Alpha Bank is the best mobile bank. Winners always have a plan. John Rockefeller writes that often entrepreneurs can't say led them to success. They don't analyze the information, does not look at his reports. There was always a clear plan at the forefront. He advises always to study in detail everything that somehow related to your business. Build your position so that in case of failures and misses, always securely stand on the ground, and it is important. Do not embellish the real state of affairs. Clear plan analysis and the presence of a plan BC. This is the secret of success even before. How to start a business. Are you up to the victorious result? Always look ahead. Many seemingly sober-minded merchants get involved in enterprises without even realizing the conditions in which they go at risk. The board of the Standard Oil Company, with the first day we have strict accountability, always had a complete understanding of where we are, suffered losses, and what brought profit. We never deceived themselves, writes John, is the master secret of the cunning billionaire. Rockefeller started on his own. Earned money from the age of 16. He worked as assistant accountant. Gets 50 cents a day. These pennies got to him through hard work. Every night John analyzed his income and future possibilities, and one day just concluded that you can only make money by owning your own business. This very moment changed his life. Moving towards starting your own business made him the richest man in stories, and if you also count pennies. Although you spend all day at work, just think about what's next. Can you fulfill your dream and get rich, or maybe stand straight? Now take your head and become entrepreneur to create your own business. Enjoy doing what you love. Every day of life is just right. The choice will make you rich. Since you were millionaire, notes you will become richer.